It's yours.
Thank you.
You're allowed this one.
Thanks so much. It's my first beer.
Your first beer
A real beer.
First beer in Sydney.
Sydney, alright?
Put another.
Yeah, that's British.
That's British, mate. Put another shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, they must be so sick of people saying put another shrimp on the barbie. Gosh. It's poor Australians. We are in Sydney.
We are. Would rather be in Melbourne though.
I feel like I heard Melbourne's really cool. Sydney's really expensive.
It is. Yeah.
We're not paying for anything. So
yeah. It's funny how you don't pay for stuff when you're not allowed out. That's great.
I do have the credit card.
Yeah.
Do you know what colour the credit card is? He's never seen the credit card.
You give me money?
Sydney is impressive as a city.
It is. It's the hub.
We're very, very far away from home. And we've been on the road for about 6 months now, right?
Yeah. We did stop in Bali for a little visit.
Went for a little surf.
Yeah, Uluwatu was
G-rated.
intense. Yeah, it's cool.
I bought some cool some beads and stuff.
Yeah.
And then,
You'd think Dylan would be more tanned, but it's due to the fact that he was in the barrel the whole time. He got so much shade. He's actually looking paler than ever.
They don't really like it when you take a longboard out.
No.
They're like,
yeah. I mean, we did rock up with our wetsuits as well.
we live in Cape Town, so we
hate.
think all water's cold.
Yeah.
But Sydney is cool.
Yeah.
The accents are just they're just a lot.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. You've said.
If you
I've only spoken to 3 people.
Yeah.
The guy in the lobby, the chick who brings your food,
and then the taxi driver from the airport.
taxi driver.
He was cool. But if you haven't watched the Big Les show, do it.
The what?
The Big Les show.
Oh, really?
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Is this
it's
a Gen
great.
Z thing?
It's like an Australian. Just watch it. That's all.
Wait, is that guy who dressed up as a chick?
No, that's your
What is
own
that
show.
again?
That's the Dylan show.
Yes.
Anyway.
You're gonna pay for that. Enjoy your last beer. Yeah. I hope you enjoy it. Delicious, eh?
So
Yeah, cool. So this is our last trip for a while.
yeah, back to the home base.
Back to Cape
Yeah.
Town. So
It's been a while.
yeah, we haven't seen friends and family in about 6 months. It's been I mean, you think these backgrounds we put in here are CGI.
No,
They're not.
I wish.
No, I'm tired.
Sometimes I wish it
I'm
was.
really tired.
Yeah, I just wish there was a big green screen.
Also,
behind
like,
us.
what? I know. It'd be so much easier. Just give us a green screen.
So
Mark.
much more cost effective
God.
as well.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Also, why did he send us from Europe back to Australia? I'm sure we were in Indonesia not that long ago.
Yeah,
We were in Bali like before Europe.
yeah. Back to Doha, back to
Oh
Cape
God,
Town.
Doha. I hate Doha.
Yeah. Glass train
Sand
in the
everywhere.
airport. Pretty cool. Anyway,
Okay, but we make the best of it.
yeah, we did.
So today, we are going to talk about why isn't commercial real estate more creative?
Yeah, and this is a big issue. The big issue.
The big, like, it's
Inaugural.
huge. No,
Yes.
I don't think inaugural makes sense.
Kind of.
Isn't inaugural
it's-
first?
It's the first 20 that we've done.
The inaugural 20.
Prove me wrong.
Okay.
Anyway,
well, I'm
yeah.
gonna Google that.
It's 2 decades. If you're talking numerical terms,
Jesus.
it's big.
You've still got jet lag.
Yeah,
You really do have still have jet lag, and you've had like a beer and a half now, which
yeah,
is
it's a lot for you.
with jet lag.
Mm.
I'm not being responsible for what Josh says. To
You
me.
kind of are. Kind of like my legal guardian at this point.
Yeah, shit. I'm on
Yeah.
your on your
Yeah.
medical thing, right?
Yeah,
So if anything happens to him, they call me, and
Yeah.
I keep putting the phone down on him because he's always calling 911 because he's in the hotel room
Too drunk.
He's found the stash of booze that is in those little fridges, which is super expensive.
It's actually sparkling water. Those bubbles hit you.
Well,
it's technically bubbly.
Not from the 911 calls. Doesn't sound like sparkling water.
Well,
and then they phone me, and I'm out on the town.
You never pitch,
That's
so
not my
you
life.
wouldn't know.
And then I get this call from like the equivalent of 911 wherever we are. It's like, excuse me, sir, but Joshua Penman is convulsing on the floor in the hotel room because he hasn't eaten in 3 days. I'm like, but like he ate like last week.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how they don't understand it. I try to tell them that, and I say, you don't need to be here. Dylan's coming back in 2 weeks. I promise. Anyway, back to creativity and the C to the R to the E.
Yeah, so I think it is an important topic, creativity in commercial real estate, because it's fairly non-existent. Everyone does the same thing, they post the same shit.
And as atypical, we try and like push the envelope.
We do try to push the envelope. We really are trying to elevate the industry in terms of like creativity in B2B especially. And I think there's a big problem with creativity in B2B because of the history of business to business is really just about leads, right?
Yeah. And
it's like, cool, like you have your marketing managers and your agencies, and we try to do something creative from an awareness point of view, and it's like, okay, well, where are leads? There are no leads yet because it's awareness. It's like we're trying to get everyone to understand your brand and what you're doing. And by being creative in that space, we were speaking about this earlier, it's like you are trying to get normally quite a tricky concept across, right? Like B2B is not as easy as selling like products like shoes and stuff like that, because everyone understands it. B2B is like, okay, we've got this like really cool product, but it's quite difficult to understand. And our whole thinking is like, if we make that a very creative process and we help people to understand that difficult concept by being creative and giving them something that they can relate to, that makes it really easy for them to understand the rest of the process and the rest of the funnel.
And the thing is, what happens in B2B is that it's all the same. A lot of it is the same stuff that is boring. It's
B2 boring.
B2
boring, bro.
Exactly.
Like, that's a saying because it's real.
It's real, yeah. So that's the thing. We like NSYNC, what's happening?
NSYNC.
Yeah,
I'm JT.
Yeah.
I'm JT.
Whoa.
I'm just...
Yeah.
You that dude.
Yeah, the background guy. Anyway.
No, you're not. You really aren't.
So what's happening is that it's all B2 boring, and we are pushing the envelope of being creative, and we are now with that facing the fact that everything else is boring, and we like fighting with this riptide almost.
Yes,
and we're trying
cutting through the clutter. Listen, I'll tell you one thing. Just because people are scrolling through LinkedIn doesn't mean that they don't have a sense of humor or aren't like awed by really cool creative.
Yeah, you're telling me that the only platform they go on is LinkedIn. That's a lie.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Yeah.
So the more creative you are, if you have a difficult to grasp concept of maybe you're a tech company in B2B, maybe you're a brokerage that does something slightly different, try and take your message and use a metaphor or an analogy to make it more interesting and easier to grasp for your audience, because not everyone understands what you understand as a company, right? That's the biggest problem for me with B2B companies. Like all the guys that own it, who are mostly like actually we have to deal with because they don't have marketing teams. They're like, but our product is the best product in the whole world. And we're like, that's great, but no one else knows that, no one else cares, and no one else understands how it works. So you've got to be like really literal in like how it works.
It almost gives me this image or this video of a chef in the kitchen.
A video, like you see it.
I see the video. Yeah, it's almost amazing.
Josh dreams in videos.
I dream in video. But I see this movie, and it's a chef. It's a B2B chef, and he's making a meal, and he doesn't add salt or pepper because it's
it's bland.
It's done.
Yeah.
You should enjoy this.
Is
add some spice. Add some
Add a bit of
spice.
spice.
Do,
God, that's a beautiful metaphor.
why
You
not?
just came up with a beautiful concept in the creativity video. This is not rehearsed.
If
folks.
that's not creative,
You just
then
heard
I
that.
don't know.
You know what?
Yeah.
You're going out tonight. You are going out in Sydney.
Let's go back.
My God, that was
Yes.
great.
Melbourne, we're coming.
Mark, I think he needs a raise. He's learning. He's learning so fast.
Middle of the
But that is a great analogy. It is.
Yeah.
It's like a boring chef not adding any spice or salt or pepper to
And saying,
his meal.
enjoy.
And it's like, okay, now we hope they like it.
Or every other chef is doing the same thing
Yes.
and everyone should be enjoying
Yes.
this. What do you mean?
Yes. Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Boom.
Excuse me.
Little
And then
cafe.
once they taste it, oh man. Oh man.
It's done. It's done. And we've seen the same thing happen with like YouTube ads where we're spicing it up and we're almost blown away by the results because of how it's taken off in comparison to what we're doing.
B2B is ready for some spice.
It really is.
CRE, commercial real estate is ready for some spice.
Yes.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Again, obviously, yeah.
And we're not
first.
talking salt and pepper. We're talking a real spice.
like cumin.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like aniseed.
B2B, we human for you.
Oh God! Oh God! I don't know if I'm appalled or I'm like genuinely really like excited about what you said.
Combination. Yeah.
You're on fire tonight. You're gonna have a good night. I might
Drinks on you.
I might
Yeah.
give you the credit card.
Drinks on you.
God, help me. Okay. So yeah, I don't even know what to say anymore. Josh, do you want to be the host?
I
Do you want
guess,
to take over
I
these
guess, yeah.
previews? I got nothing more to say because you just killed that.
You can be my co-anchor tonight. But yeah,
I'm happy. With
I'll
that.
allow it, yeah.
We are down under as well.
we are.
So
Yeah.
everything's reversed, yeah, right?
Yeah.
The water in the toilet goes the other way.
Yeah.
So
We're down, but I'm under. Come from a land.
yeah, sing it. Sing it, man.
Yeah. I'm not going to get into that because I won't stop. That's the issue.
Okay.
But yeah, I think
Be creative.
be creative. And it
Think about
almost reinforces that the same point that we've been making about we're in a B2B space, but we're talking to B2C inclined people. So we are inclined to see things that are creative and appealing to us that want us to be interested in. So why not do it in a B2C way in a B2B space?
Yeah. You rambled a bit there, but the end point was great.
That's all that matters. Think about how you start.
Okay. You've spoken a lot.
I
He's
have.
coming out of his shell.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Should we go create some
I'm
content?
excited with your progression.
Damn.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done. Well done, Josh.
Little butterfly.
Okay, so we're just going to end off. If you've got a difficult to grasp concept that you find is difficult for your audience to understand, use metaphors, use analogies, be creative in the way you tell that story, and it will relate to them a lot more. And I think that's what we're going to end off with. I'm going to take Josh out tonight because he's absolutely banged this out.
Let's go.
Zero rehearsal. Guy's just been sitting in this hotel room, jet lag, like too many beers, and he's
Just
wow. Okay, we go.
Let's go.
Sydney, Sydney, here we go, Sydney. All right, put another. Josh
Sweep on the ball,
bloody dance floor.
I can't do the Australian accent, so it's like
No.
you're right.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
That's what I got. That's what I can do.
All right, we'll see you next week. Hopefully back home.